News, news, news! Yeah, Marvel Contest of Champions. Sort of news. This is your second daily kind of newsy type video. Yeah, basically guys, I was under an NDA, so like an embargo, though I didn't know M was married to someone called Bargo. The fact is, I wasn't able to upload this video with a normal one because obviously Kabam say, no, you're not allowed to do that, naughty naughty. Yeah, they might say that, just use your imagination, why not? Now, as a lot of you know, I did release this video yesterday that basically showcased an example of a champion that could be released. I don't actually think now that this is the case, but obviously based on a lot of information that we've got to go off now, Kabam have given us the release notes early so we can then produce these videos for you. So in sort of good news, but also very confusing and weird, and I don't know if I'm overly happy with this kind of story arc side of things, is that Marvel Realm of Champions will be coming from Marvel Realm, or the Realm, and will be coming into MCOC, so the Battle Realm. This is all very weird, and especially considering the fact that the Sorcerer Supreme and as well the Storm variant of this Marvel Realm, where it's obviously manipulated by as a horseman by Apocalypse, has obviously given us this very weird we can travel to you, but we've been unseen for the last 5 years type element. Now, I don't have a huge amount of things against this whole type of way of introducing these characters. I just find it strange to consider the same thing with the Fantastic Four. Because of the way that the rights were that you couldn't have the Fantastic Four in this game as well as other games based on the Fox merger, blah 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 blah. The fact is, when it comes to this game, these characters should technically have been around for the last 5 years, but obviously what has changed to allow them to teleport from one area of the universe to then the Battle Realm as it is. And look, you know, I'm not going to get too much into the story aspect, I just find it a little bit weird. Obviously, Kabam have got me covered when it comes to this by saying what they are doing inside the Battle Realm is a question on everybody's minds. However, there is a bigger question that concerns Karina and Doctor Strange. Are they friend or foe? Find out in this month's quest from Beyond. So the answer is no, nobody really knows what they're doing here, and obviously from my perspective, and obviously I reckon from Kabam's perspective, this is all about setting up Marvel Realm of Champions for later on this year, and as well setting up things with Act 1, the Union, with stuff that maybe their involvement is associated with that, you know, the whole reason behind the portals being open. Maybe we'll find out more in the story aspect to this particular quest. It's still very early days to get an assumption on this. Obviously, one thing is to expect a spotlight for either champion on the same day as this video going out. So this video will go out at 3 PM UK time, and it'll be 3 hours later that you might see spotlights for the new champions entering into the game. I also think because of the synergies and the way they're put in, you may see something that is Marvel Realm associated. I'm not going to say that you can then go, oh, you can cross-platform use both champions. I don't think that is going to be the case. I think there's probably going to be links to further ones that will come in, the playable ones, like your Thors, like your webbed warriors and stuff like that. And as well, maybe some old school types of synergies as well, especially to kind of make them seem a bit more kind of interesting, like a Storm type synergy, maybe even something with Doctor Strange, Symbiote Supreme, etc, etc. However, I think this is a very exciting thing to let you know, is that I believe by reading this, Kabam are reintroducing the Civil War aspect that we used to have to the game. If you are an old school player of the game, you remember Civil War, and it looks like you're going to be doing this by either having allegiance with the Pyramid X and Storm, or it's going to be with the Isle of Agamotto and as well Sorcerer Supreme. Now, I'm not sure exactly if this will be an event similar to this, which, as you can see on screen at the moment, is the previous Civil War, which had things like different types of boosts depending on what you selected, and midway through you could switch between different types of allegiances, and you got different quests for what you grinded out. Still, if this was something like this Kabam are introducing, this could be really fun for the community, especially for April. And it looks like Kabam do confirm that. There's something really cool. If you choose that you want more rank up materials, first and foremost, and as well you want shards, then you've got a respective team to choose. If you choose with the Sorcerer Supreme, it's all about rank up materials. If it's Storm, then it's all about crystal shards. And there's this thing called Double Cross, which basically means on April 15th, the first 2 quests for each side will permanently lock. This is your choice to turn your back on your team and pledge allegiance to the opposing team to gather the resources promised by the other team. Of course, you can choose to remain loyal and earn even more of the resources you've already earned if you wish. So you get a choice. Oh man, this is going to be good. It just depends on what your need is. If it's rank up materials, go rank up materials. If you need more shards, more champions, go the other way. Or switch over. Look, it's up to you. Also, just segueing a little bit, I'm just finding it a little bit weird that we're not talking about anything to do with the Black Widow movie, and whether or not this was something meant to be in May, and also with the stuff going on at the moment and the delay of the film, and maybe Kabam actually releasing any kind of characters associated with it, which we talked about in today's Marvel Contest of Champions news. It just seems very weird that we're talking about these factions. It kind of feels like if you wanted to push something with Marvel Realm of Champions, surely you would have started something closer to maybe a release date than it is now. But, you know, it's just what it is. But still, this looks good so far. With all of these things, Kabam have also promised faction-based solo objectives. So this could be an added extra bonus to pick up some really good things further down the line of whatever faction you are. Man, next month looks like it's going to be quite exciting, especially with this last month, this month of March, being quite, I'd say, not a lot of people are kind of interested. Mole Man Expeditions on the face of it look quite good, but the paths and repetition just, I think, got players a little bit bored with it. So let's hope that next month is going to be a lot better, especially with what's on offer to gain shard-wise and rank-up material-wise. This could be a really good opportunity to take home a lot of stuff, but it doesn't stop there because there's also two other things. Number one being Incursions, and number two, what Kabam are fixing when it comes to bugs. Now, last month it was announced, obviously with the pandemic going on at the moment, that it would affect the release and hype that was going to be created around Incursions. I, myself, and a few other people were going to be flown out to Kabam headquarters in Vancouver to actually kind of test out the Incursions, but obviously that has not happened. But the fact is, this is going on as scheduled to actually be released to the player base. So it's going to be really exciting to see what is involved with this new co-op mode, the extent of gold this is meant to give off, and as well those dark artifacts to get those lovely 5-star crystals and resources from the Incursions store. To be brutally honest, I don't actually enjoy dungeons. I know some people do and some people don't. Actually, Dan, Frontline MCOC, who obviously my co-host for the Contest Round podcast, he enjoys it. And I know as well that Royal Marshal, who was on our podcast last week, that actually he enjoys it as well. So it's going to be good to see if something can really revitalize myself and a few other people's interest in actually getting back and doing it. If the dark artifacts there are for a good amount and as well the grind is low, then I'm all for it. The same thing with other aspects of things that you can pick up from this, whether or not it's gold. You know, those things, if they are there, the grind is less extensive, and as well the co-op issue, because that's the problem. A lot of players were playing with people that maybe weren't at the same skill level, and as well they were putting themselves in and going, oh yeah, I can do this, and obviously they could not. And the skill levels don't really match up to that. But let's hope that that is kind of sorted out with this new event. Fingers crossed for this being implemented, which will probably be a later part of next month. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would welcome you to put the pause button on the stream just to read through some of these bug fixes. They will be available in release notes that will be on the forum, but I won't really be covering them in any great detail. There's some kind of performance improvements when it comes to fixing an issue with some champions experience a short pause between subsequent heavy attacks, which, let's face it, that is vitally important, especially for those that use certain champions that like to chain them in a little bit, and as well there's some interactions with other champions as well. When it comes to heavy attacks. So there's a lot of things that are going to be sorted out that, you know, if you are interested, pause the screen now or go to the link. If I have it in the description, I will send it in there so you can go and pick this up as well. And there we have it. That has been a deep dive on all the information you need to know about what is happening next month. It's a shame I couldn't put this into Marvel Contest of Champions news when I normally do it at about midday UK time with the normal show that I normally do on a Wednesday. But at least you've got this video to give you the full information of what's going on. Me personally, I'm really excited about this faction stuff. It hasn't been done since, I think, 2016 when we had the Civil War film come out. I have to be absolutely kind of like certain on that. I'm pretty certain it's 2016. So that's like 4 years since they've actually done something similar like this before. And I'm all for it. I think it's really cool. I'm still unsure and a bit wary about how these MCOC champions can be implemented to this story arc and story aspect. Is it something that players really going to warm to? I don't know. Obviously, it's good from Kabam's perspective to cross-promote this stuff, but at the same time, does it come at the point where players go, oh, I'm not quite sure about that. Those kind of things really need to be echoed through, especially with players' opinions on the 5-year trailer, which obviously integrated both games together, and maybe some players were feeling that it wasn't a right step. I don't know, thoughts in the comment section about that one, but either way, I'm happy about the factions, unsure about the new champions from MCOC, and makes me kind of think, you know, not sure. Thoughts in the comment section about that. Thank you very much for watching this video, and check out some new content up here. Check out supporting links, especially the second channel. It's the push to get it monetized and get those 4,000 hours watch time. Appreciate if you can come by to any stream that I put out from it. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.